got that cherry bomb.
Welcome back to Breaking Beauty Podcast, Candace Marino. So how have you been since the last time you were on our show? What's been happening with you, your skincare clinic? I mean, last time we talked, you were just about to break ground, I think, in Beverly Hills.
Yes, and I was anticipating an opening in 2023, and that didn't happen.
Okay.
Right. They always say, like, quadruple your budget and your time on construction, and I've been learning that that's absolutely true.
Okay.
It's been a nightmare. Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong. We just had our second flood, so it's been a lot.
Yeah.
But all good things. It's going to be beautiful.
Yes.
I didn't want to just move into a space and, like, put my things there. I gutted. I custom built.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you have entered a cave in Greece.
Wow.
I'll show you some photos when we're done, but
Ooh.
I'm going to be very proud once it's open, but I don't have an official opening date yet.
Okay. Will it just be you there?
No, so I have a team.
Okay.
Jasmine is my lead facialist. She's incredible. And then we're hiring on some others as well. So it's really exciting. We have 4 treatment rooms, so we're hoping to fill them.
Okay, get your resumes ready, testes. So I understand that it's also going to be something of a store as well. And you're one of the first to be covering Renee Rouleau now that she's gone into retail, which she's never done. So I think that's so exciting. Tell us about that and what else you're bringing that you're excited about.
Yes. So the new space is absolutely retail-based. A big part of our job is recommending products.
Totally.
So I like to have, and if you've seen my website, I have a ton of different brands. I don't believe in having one line because that's never going to be right for every single person. So I like to have every option. That way, when I'm working with somebody, I know I'm giving them what's right for them. So yes, I'm so proud to be Renee Rouleau's first partner. A part of my concept is to support other estheticians who have brands. So she'll be there. Olga Lorenzen, who I worked for, she's my mentor. Red Carpet Facial is iconic. We'll have that. There's some others that I can't quite talk about yet.
Ooh.
But we have such a great array of medical grade product. We have esthetician formulated brands, and then we have niche brands as well. So we're going to have a little bit of everything for everyone. So it won't be just like you get this brand when you come in. It's always hyper customized.
Cool. What about the LA Facialists Radiant AF skincare line? When is it coming?
That's going to be a hell no for me. I just feel like everyone has a skincare brand right now. And every brand that comes out is like, we're sustainable. There's nothing sustainable about products that people don't need.
Right.
And I just believe in the brands that are putting their money into the research and showing that they have formulas that can do something for the skin.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't need to see my name on a bottle to feel like I've done something in the industry.
Yeah.
I'd rather just use the products out there that are performing, that work well, that give results. And I don't want to go into debt. I mean, this office has taken every dime of my money. So
too late.
So too late for that. But I would just rather have the great brands, under my umbrella and know that I'm giving people the best of the best.
Respect.
Thanks.
Respect,
Absolutely.
for sure.
And you have to do what you're passionate about. So, if that's being in the treatment room, then we love that. Yeah. So speaking of which, your latest facial, I noticed somewhere, maybe on your website, the Glacial Gloss by Glacial RX. Is that the latest thing that's popping?
One of the latest, yes. So this is a really cool platform. So there's a lot of different modalities on this. It's cryotherapy based. So we know that inflammation is the leading cause of literally every skin condition from rosacea to acne. Even age is considered an inflammatory condition, whether it's physical, in the body or what we see on the face. So this is helping with inflammation. It's cooling. It's helping with redness. Really great for acne, eczema, all of these different types of inflammatory conditions. But the glacial gloss treatment is a microdermabrasion with a cooling tip. So it's like a diamond tip, but it's cold. So we first do a really gentle AHA chemical peel. We then do the manual exfoliation with the diamond tip, and then you get a really nice cooling massage, and it feels insane. And this is like the perfect red carpet. I actually had a really cool house call the other day for somebody going to I think it was the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
And I did that on her, and her skin was insane.
Is
flawless.
there numbing involved then, or no?
No numbing. It's pain-free. It
Okay.
feels incredible. It is just like icy, cold, sculpting, anti-inflammatory. You get up from the bed and your skin is absolutely glowing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the gloss part of it? Because that's what fascinated me. I was like, I could gloss. I could get a gloss.
We love a gloss. So gloss is like the recipe. So it's the chemical peel, the diamond tip, and the cooling. And then the glide is just the cooling effect. So they're doing a lot of research with psoriasis and different skin conditions. Down-regulating that inflammation with the cold. So the glide is just the cooling technology. And then they have a freezing technology too, which that's out of my scope of practice, but for dermatologists and people that can do those sorts of things, you can freeze off benign lesions. So discoloration, any like tiny little growths, things like that, they can just freeze them off. But that's not on my platform.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
And what about the buccal massage? So apparently you're offering this now, or going to be offering this in your spa menu. Yeah. So I'm a fan. I love it
because I feel like you hated it, right?
Yes, because we talked about this last time.
Yeah, and I think it's just great. Like, just release the tension, release it all, and it's super relaxing. I think
so too. And I know you said it was really uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I think just like the fact that somebody has their hands in your mouth, it sends you into the dentist chair. So I think when people have an issue with that, they're going to have an issue with the buccal massage. But if you warm up the skin first and you do a facial massage on the outside, I think it makes it a lot more pleasant when you have the fingers put inside, because you've already kind of energized and warmed up the tissue. We are offering it. It's optional. Our facials, we kind of just customize for everybody. But if somebody is really tight, then we'll offer to do the inside, and it really helps with TMJ. And it's really great for reducing that tension.
Yeah. Do you know Maria in Toronto?
Of course
from the
I
Facial
do.
Fix?
I flew her in to train my staff.
Okay. That's because she was telling me, I think she also has worked recently with Joanna Check, and like seems to be working with everyone. And I recently was introduced to her, and I had a facial. I didn't have that done, but we talked about it. And she actually let me know that there's like 2 different methods to do the buccal massage. And one of them is like the traditional or original way, which was from somewhere in Europe. And that's the one that I originally had. And it's actually quite painful. Yeah. But she said the one that she is like training and the one she does, it shouldn't be that painful.
It's not. And then also, it's also, practitioner based. Right. So if they're being really rough or going too deep into the mouth, it's going to be really sensitive. And I actually had one in London years ago, like maybe 8 years ago, and it was painful too. So I do think that there's like a new way to do it.
Yeah, there's like 2 streams.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really do think it comes down to the practitioner. Like we all have different levels of touch and how deep we go. I've had things on my face that are like piece of cake, and then I've had somewhere I'm like, wow, that's really tight. So I think it's, it's all about the person doing it.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, what are red flags when you go to see a facialist? Like, is there anything we should look out for? What would send you running if you went into a new place?
What about Yelp? Or like, where do people review you most? And you're like if it's negative or if it's positive, you're like, yes.
I hate those platforms. I feel like it's just like disgruntled people.
Yes.
Yeah. And I just met somebody that's in marketing that they were like, you're so stupid for not utilizing these things. It's such a great way to get patients. And I'm like, really? Luckily, my books aren't really open to the public, but I do know that I need to get more people in for my additional staff. I've only had one review on Google, and it was somebody that never even came. They made up this weird scenario. They're like, her facial was over $100. I'm like, yeah, it definitely is. So really weird scenario with that. So I don't know, because when I look at reviews, I always take it with a grain of salt. If it's like a 5-star, this was the best ever, I'm like, okay, that was that person's mom. Right. And if it's a horrible one, I'm like, it's a hater.
Yeah.
So
there's, Carlene and I have been talking a lot about doing a directory, because I do think people don't know even where to start. I think it's a huge gap in the market. Are you going to go to Yelp? I would never.
Right.
I Google reviews, exactly what you're saying. They're so easily manipulated by like people. You could get 50 of your friends to write one.
Yeah.
You don't know if they've even darkened the door. But like editors or like some kind of system where you're like...
Exactly. And then will you put the As Heard on Breaking Beauty podcast sticker on your window?
Absolutely.
Would you do that?
Do you have one?
Not yet.
Okay,
let's make it. We have this idea though.
We have to just make it like really rad, but also chic, like so that it suits your aesthetic. And then we can put that on the window.
I want a sticker.
Okay, love it. And then what we should do? We should get one of those like QR codes, and then people can do it and hear the podcast. Hi.
Yeah.
You're a genius.
I love it.
Let's collab on this. Okay, now this is a little uncouth maybe, but recently there's been drama on TikTok about people who we should and shouldn't be tipping in 2024, okay? Because it's gotten kind of out of control. So we have to ask, as an esthetician, what's the etiquette when it comes to tipping, and does being an owner
factor in?
Okay, so I feel like all service industry, the standard in the States is 20%. Like I would tip anybody that I'm getting a service from for 20%. So I think that's the standard. I don't know if they're saying to stop tipping. I don't accept tips. I charge, a high luxury price point rate.
Right.
I don't accept tips. Of course, I have clients that are like, chasing me down or throwing money at me, which I love. I'm like, okay, thanks. Yeah, I'm like, no, okay, thanks. It's nice to have some cash in your pocket. So those clients are so sweet. But I always tell my front desk, do not, if they're paying with a credit card, pass the tip point, because I don't want to put people in that position for me.
Okay.
Of course, I want clients to tip the girls that work for me.
Right.
But yeah, I do think tipping has got out of hand. I was at a convenience store.
Right.
I bought a pack of gum and it was like, do you want to add a tip? I'm like, what?
Self-serve.
For what?
Of course, in this economy in 2024, a lot of people are really watching their spending these days. And I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were even talking about what's the point of getting a facial, basically. They were like, they're just moving your skin around. They're like, extracting a couple things. But then like 2 days later, your skin is like back to what it was before. So how do you respond to that? What's kind of your take?
Who is this? I'm personally offended.
Validity.
Exactly.
I think I know the answer to that one.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Well, number one, your esthetician should be providing a post-care protocol. What products are you using? If you get this great facial and then you go home and you're using St. Ives, I'm sorry, you're not going to keep your skin, where your esthetician took it. I definitely think there's more to facials than just like cleansing and relaxing. Like there's absolutely factual evidence behind the fact that if you're doing regular facials, you'll have healthier skin. And it's just like with anything. If we believe in energy and we believe in intention, what we focus on is what we're going to see results with. So I don't know, my clients leave happy, they look glowing, but they're also on products that are going to maintain the results of the treatment.
Right.
But for me, it's like a facial has the cleansing steps, the exfoliation, extraction. Most people shouldn't be extracting their own skin. We're energizing, we're creating oxygenation, we're sculpting, we're draining lymph. So I don't know, if you're having 2 days later and your skin doesn't look good, maybe it's time to find a new person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's a lot of holes in what they were saying, because it's like saying that going to the dentist isn't worthwhile, or like it's like interim maintenance. So maybe it's like once a season or something. You don't need to be going every 2 weeks, but
well, that's what I was going to ask is like, because some people, they want to take that step, but you're still on a budget and you're balancing out, hair and teeth and all these other things. Manicures. So, giving people the benefit of the doubt a little bit, what would you say could be the best bang for your buck where you're like utilizing an esthetician, but on a shoestring?
Yeah. If you can't afford to do everything, I would say do a virtual consult with an esthetician, because the majority of what's going to work for you is what you're doing every single day. So if you are getting a facial but then not using good product, you're not going to have results. So what you do every single day, morning and night, is going to dictate the health and the appearance of your skin more than getting a facial here and there. So I would say definitely spend the money on the product. So have a consultation with somebody that can guide you towards products that are right for your skin type and condition, and that will be the most bang for your buck. Okay. And I treat people all over the world with virtual consults, and we get them on a program, and I've never touched their skin, and the before and after speak for themselves. So that's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I get it. People want to have treatments. People want to do things that are going to feel good, and they want to have the experience. So find somebody that can tailor a program for you, maybe seasonally. I say at least once a quarter is a good time to do a facial if you're not dealing with a chronic condition that you need constant help with.
Okay. So 4 times a year could be...
At minimum.
Could be, All right.
Okay, so we're going to do a little game right now, spending versus splurging.
Okay.
So what's the one thing you'd invest in to start?
Definitely a serum. Serums are your power products. They're the most highly concentrated active ingredients usually. They sink into deeper layers of the skin. That's where I see results coming from.
And what about, and conversely, like what would you say that you could save on?
Save on cleanser, because you're rinsing it off. I want to spend my money on things that are going to stay in the skin and do something to the skin. Obviously, you want to make sure you're getting a decent cleanser. I don't want you using like detergents and soaps and things like that will strip the barrier, but there's plenty of really good options that you can go to Target for, or CVS or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get specific. So what would be the one serum? You've got like $150.
Yeah.
What's the serum you're going to splurge on, and what's the facial cleanser that you're like, this will do me just fine.
Okay, so a good Splurge serum. I'm a huge antioxidant serum person. Antioxidants are important because they coat and protect the cells. They prevent collagen breakdown. They prevent pigmentation. They keep us healthy, plump, youthful. Well, it's more than $150.
Okay, but that's okay.
Alto Advanced from Skin Better Science. It is just such a comprehensive antioxidant serum. It's vitamin C plus I think 17 or 18 additional antioxidants. It works for everybody. It brightens the skin. It's hydrating. It's basically like a bunch of things in one bottle, which is great because if you need to multitask with one product, it's covering a lot of issues.
Okay.
It's also good for redness as well.
Okay.
And then a cleanser that you can get over the counter. I mean, you guys know I don't actually use these.
I know, but
I'm racking my brain.
We forced you into this game. Like we've handcuffed you and we've put you in a drugstore.
Okay, I'm a good sport. So the brand Naturium is available at Target.
Yes,
they have some good stuff. They've actually sent me some product. I have their body wash in my shower right now. It's a glycolic one. It's actually really nice.
Yeah.
So I would say look for something like that. There's another brand called Versed. They have some good formulas. Actually, I have their cleanser right now too. It's in a blue bottle. I can't remember the name.
Okay.
But
we'll link to it, guys.
They have some good budget-friendly options, those two brands.
Okay.
So just talking about tackling like facial wrinkles, I think like one of the worst or most telltale sign is when you age and like everything just starts to sag and you get the nasal labial folds going on in your mid-years. Like what's your best tactic for sort of like tackling that area aside from filler?
Yeah, and filler, I think, just weighs it down, honestly. I really believe in massaging, and the girls that I've seen on Instagram that are doing gua sha every day, they are snatched. I need to get back on that trend. I was into it a while back, and I've just been seeing more and more of these girls that are just like every single day doing gua sha, and the way their skin looks, it's healthy, it's glowing, it's radiant, the lines are softer. There's something to be said about putting energy into something and, stimulating. So I think that that's probably one of the best things to do at home, and it's free, so like might as well. It's a few minutes every day, like might as well just see if it works. But when it comes to really deep lines and wrinkles and laxity, I'm a believer that surgery is the only way if it's something that's really bothering you. I don't believe in these quick fixes because you're spending sometimes almost the amount that you would pay for a surgery, especially if it's something you have to do multiple times.
It's just spread out over time. I completely agree.
What are your thoughts on like a Morpheus 8?
So I had a Morpheus 8 once. I broke out in horrible acne, and I'm not typically acne prone, knock on wood, because I'm now going to get pimples. But for me, I don't know if it was just not done in the right setting for my skin. I'm not sure what it was, but it's something that I'm not interested in trying again because it's not worth it to me to go through what I went through.
Yeah, so I've heard, so basically people listening, it's like radio frequency mixed with
microneedling.
Yes.
Yeah, and I believe in both.
Yeah.
I believe in both. What I know the technology it's great and it works, and I have a ton of friends that offer these services and they get great results. I think it's always about who's doing it.
Yeah.
There are so many Morpheus devices around town, and I don't think every person that has it here in Los Angeles is qualified to do it.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful machine.
Yeah.
And like I've heard some derms talking about some of the drawbacks when they maybe are seeing people in their office that they almost have to do like corrections on like, it's like melting too deep. It's something that's eliciting a lot of strong opinions right now, I think.
Absolutely. I always think it's about the user, because if they are true experts in it, they're going to know the setting that's right for your skin type and condition. They're not going to do anything that's going to melt fat. Right. So I think it comes down to who is operating these devices. And like I said, they're everywhere. It's so saturated, that market. So
well, they spent money on marketing. I mean, it's like you see those posters everywhere. Bust signs and everything.
And I think the other thing about it is like you don't see any like negative results necessarily right away. It's like because it is treating the skin so deeply, you're gonna just maybe be sagging faster than you probably would have. So it's one of those things that people are like maybe a couple years later realizing that might not have been that helpful.
Right.
So that's kind of scary. Although I just got microneedling done and they were like, do you want the radio frequency? I was like, no, because I've heard it's also painful.
I mean, I didn't think it was that painful, but I have a crazy strong pain tolerance because I've done laser tattoo removal, which is honestly, there's no words for how painful that is.
Horrible.
But I love just regular radio frequency. And so the brand In Mode that makes Morpheus has their version of it called Forma. And it's just like a warm massage. And you do get the same benefits because basically you're creating a thermal injury. When we injure the skin, our healing mechanisms come into play. It's stimulating collagen synthesis and you get an instant tightening effect. It's not going to last forever, but if you're consistent with it, you'll get some really nice temporary lifting, plumping, and all of that. So you could do just that and then regular microneedling and you don't have to do the combination.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked microneedling when I had it done. I think I will do it again. Initially, I thought no, because I was so red. But now I'm like, I want to do it again.
What about dark circles? I feel like this is the hardest thing to target. Yeah. We get asked about this all the time. And we are honestly like, there's not probably going to be an eye cream that's going to reverse your dark circles. Sorry. But from your point of view as an esthetician, have you seen results doing anything?
Well, dark circles are usually hereditary. And then it's also kind of based on your anatomy because it's a hollowed area. The skin is super thin. There's not a lot of fat there. So sometimes it's just translucent. And what we're seeing is actually blood that's kind of pooling under there. Definitely lymphatic massage around the eye area. Again, gua sha, if you do that practice, that's going to help get the lymph flowing, get the blood flowing, get some circulation going. So I think that that's definitely beneficial. Again, it's free. Might as well try it. Yeah. And then as far as topicals go, Is Clinical has their C eye serum. It's a really highly concentrated vitamin C, which is both a pigment inhibitor and a brightener. There's also some peptides in there that help to stimulate collagen, and it's a really lightweight liquid, so it's not going to create any puffiness. So for dark circles, that's usually the one that I would recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in terms of gua sha, how much pressure are you using with it? Because I think I'll see a lot of people kind of going through the motions, but I don't know if you're really getting the snatching.
I get in there and I put some good pressure. Yeah. Obviously, like, you're not jamming under your eye. I mean, this is such a delicate area, but you don't have, I feel like people are so afraid to touch themselves and like put, you know, some strength behind it. Yeah. The skin is resilient. The skin bounces back. We have elastin. If you're massaging, you're not going to pull things to a point where it's not going to bounce back. So give good pressure. I think in all areas of massage, whether you're doing like actual massage with your fingers or using gua sha, you do want to feel a little pressure. Okay. You will turn red, and that's normal. That's the point. We're moving energy. We're moving blood, you know?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. What do you like to use as the sort of the carrier?
Well, I got a product in here that's great for that.
Yeah,
the On Balm I love as my massage medium. This can stay on the skin as well. So this is like a pressed oil.
Ooh, the brand is called what?
Anfisa.
I've not heard of this.
It's ANFISA.
Okay. So this is a small business. I love them dearly. They're based out of Spokane, Washington. And the products are all more on the natural side. Lots of botanicals and antioxidants. I mean, I don't know if you can smell it, but it smells like a green juice. So this is like a pressed oil.
Lovely.
You want to scoop it?
Limey, matcha-y? I don't know what I'm getting there, but it's lovely.
So I love this with my gua sha. I've also been using the Lima laser with this. Okay. And it gives a really nice slip. I massage in clinic with this as well.
Oh, it really melts.
Yeah, it melts on. And then it's just packed with vitamins and antioxidants. You can use this to slug with. You can use it as your moisturizer. So it really depends. But I love this. It's safe for even acne-prone skin. And there's so many anti-inflammatory ingredients in this that for people that have these types of conditions with the acne and the redness, this is beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the smell.
Gua sha. I know. It's good.
Love that. Yeah. That would be great with the gua sha. I can imagine
It
that.
kind of dries down a bit. It's not too oily or anything.
Right. Once you kind of get it going, it's not as slippery.
Yeah.
It smells divine. I love things that smell like the spa like that. That's the best way to like end your day.
How did they impress you? Because I've never heard of this brand. I'd like to know.
I mean, I think that just the branding alone is stunning. The packaging is stunning. I just liked everything about it.
It's black, you guys.
It's gorgeous.
And it looks like, what does it look like inside? Like a little lime green slushy jelly version.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The color's beautiful. You know, I'm really passionate about small business. I'm passionate about female-founded businesses. The girl behind it is just lovely. And I tried it, and I initially just loved the feeling. I loved the scent. I loved the sensorial experience.
Okay.
You know, I'm huge on massage. So I'm like, why not use something that's going to actually give benefits to the skin while I'm massaging instead of just like a random oil or some people massage with a cleanser or a mask. I wanted something that was like also treating the skin.
Okay.
And it's so anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Since we last chatted, I have been officially diagnosed with rosacea.
Okay.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not dying from it. But it is, the redness has just been really crazy. And I don't know if it's like perimenopause or what it is. But I really find I need to watch out now when I go to get facials because even when I say that I have rosacea, I can still have like a pretty big reaction the next day where I just have, again, an excess amount of redness. And so I just wondered, like, what should I avoid or what should I actively seek out from your perspective? And I have seen a derm. So I'm on, I take azelaic acid.
Yep.
So I take that. Sorry, I say I take that. I put that on
Topical,
every morning and night. And other than that, it's like very gentle cleanser and mineral sunscreen. But yeah, I still want to be able to go get facials,
Absolutely. So definitely you want to avoid excess heat. So a lot of steam is not going to be good for the rosacea. It's going to exacerbate any redness that we see.
Right.
It can also be incredibly drying if people overdo it. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I would say facials that would be really beneficial for you are the Glacial RX. That facial, it's very calming, cooling. It's going to give your skin a chance to just kind of chill out, literally. So that would be a home run for you, as well as the DMK enzyme facial. Have you tried it?
No.
Okay, so this is the one that you might have seen online, and you look so ugly. I'll show you a photo of me. We paint this enzyme on the skin, and it hardens, okay? And so you look like a 900-year-old statue. It's disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
But what happens during this hardening process is it's putting pressure on your blood vessels. So you're getting a huge increase of blood flow to the skin. Now, I know that sounds oxymoron because when you have redness in the skin, you kind of think that you don't want to invigorate and increase blood flow.
Yeah.
But the reason you do is because that blood is coming through, it's oxygenating, it's pushing nutrients into the skin, and then it's removing any stagnant blood that's sitting there. So likely with rosacea, the reason you see the redness is because there's stuff here that's stagnant. So it's removing any redundant cuticle, it's getting the lymph to drain. We're surging all of that blood into the skin, and then it's then draining down.
Okay.
You leave and you have this effect of where you can see from the chest up all of the blood vessels, but then over the next 30 minutes, it calms down. But this is one of the best treatments out there for rosacea. It really rebuilds and restructures the skin. It makes the skin more resilient. It helps with the barrier. It's anti-inflammatory. So that is definitely something that I would seek out, and I can help you find someone near you that has it. It's phenomenal.
So it's professional only.
It's professional only, but they have an at-home version of it. It's just a weaker version of the enzyme, so it doesn't get as tight, but it's really good. You can do it once a week, and it really does help to support the skin function.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
What else is in that bag of tricks over there?
Let's see.
We have a goodie bag that Candace has brought, and we need to know what's inside.
Okay, well, this I can talk about because it just launched last week. So again, from Anfisa, their new lip gloss. It's called On Gloss, but it's like a lip balm, and that's what's in your little boxes over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am obsessed with lip products. Like, I'm that person. I don't care where I'm at. If there's a lip product, I'm buying it. They are busting out of every corner of my house, my car. They're everywhere. I need to have stuff on my lips at all times. So the reason I love this so much is because it's super plumping without any tingling and without any burning. So I know I actually don't mind that sensation. I feel like it's working.
When you know it's coming, it's like, okay, I accept it. But if they haven't told me, then it's like, you're evil.
Right. Yeah. Because some of them are really spicy.
Have you tried the Polite Society?
No, but I think I need to.
Oh my God.
Even the NYX one, the Duck Plump, and the latest one from Maybelline, they're too spicy.
Okay, well then you'll love this because this one is plumping by using ceramide technology, and ceramides are super nourishing. I love it too because there's this cold tip, so it feels really good to apply. But I put this on, and of course I liked the texture, but I looked in the mirror like 5 minutes later and I'm like, damn, my lips look really plump and healthy.
Okay, sold.
So you guys are going to love this, and it's very nourishing, not sticky at all.
Okay. Does it have shea butter in there? I can't do shea butter in lip products.
Even on the lips?
No, I will get all these little pimples all around.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sorry,
I don't know.
Sorry, Summer Fridays. Sorry, Road Peptide Lip Treatment.
This, I think, I've tried both of those.
I'll take yours.
This one is a million times better than both of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
else?
So that's
what else in the bag?
Okay. So have you seen this little guy, Epicutus lipid serum?
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
I'm really interested in this brand. It's new to my clinic. I brought it on like a month ago, and I'm loving it because it's minimal ingredients. So this has 8 ingredients in it. All of their I think the most ingredients in one of their products is 24. So still on the lower end, because you can look at these lists of product or ingredients and there's like 50, 60, 70 ingredients in one bottle.
Yeah.
So this is a biotech company that got into skincare, and they're making these molecules that are super anti-inflammatory, super healing, very hydrating. And this lipid serum, it's like a hyaluronic acid on steroids. It's like the juiciest, wettest, squishiest. I don't know how else to describe it.
She has a dropper formula, everyone, and it's like
Yes.
it is like it looks like more gel.
It's
than
more of a
liquid.
gel, and it's like super
I'm
wet
into
and
this.
hydrating.
You said biotech. That's magic to my ears.
right.
Music to my ears. I'm obsessed.
Yes.
We'll be trying that. Hopefully that's in our goodie bags as well.
But safe for acne,
Okay.
redness. It's incredibly healing, and it's so pure that you can put it on babies. So they have really cool before and afters with babies that have burns, eczema, baby acne, and it like literally reduces inflammation. So
okay,
the baby
love.
skin.
That's another one. In
Tested
the
on
cart.
babies.
In
It's
the
for
cart.
me.
yeah. I also brought, this is really fun. This is the new Triple Active from
She was just
Fortuna.
on our show.
This is Fortuna Skin.
Yes, so this is their triple olive. So there's a ground olive pit in here, which gives
Look
you
at
physical
that.
exfoliation.
Cute.
There's enzymes. There's a little bit of acid in there. So really nice, gentle way to exfoliate. I brought more of my like natural fun things today.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
love those.
Yeah.
All of the Fortuna Skin stuff. Everything's so
good.
beautiful.
It is.
It really.
We'll meet you at the orchard.
I know. We need to go to Sicily.
We need a
group trip.
Yeah.
We know it's Sicily. Here we come.
So you've mentioned mentorship. What's the number one thing you've learned from your mentor that you've since passed along to other estheticians? You know, this industry has evolved so much. So what's the number one takeaway principle that still holds for you?
I think when you enter this industry or any industry, knowing that you are a student for life is number one. Because if I was still treating people the way I was in 2005, I probably wouldn't have a clientele. And I think so many people, you know, you earn your license and you gain a following and you have a loyal clientele and you just think that you know everything and you're the expert. And people are so afraid to be the student again. And I just feel like true experts are forever students. True experts are just wanting to seek out new knowledge and wanting to try new things. And they're not afraid to be seen as somebody learning.
Right.
And I think that that's something that I've noticed quite a bit. Where estheticians specifically, once they have a following or they're super booked, they're like, I just know everything and I don't want to learn from anybody else because I don't want people to think I don't know this already.
Right.
And I just think that it's just doing them such a disservice. So always seeking out knowledge and allowing yourself to be a forever student is the way to succeed in any industry, not just in skincare. Yeah.
You mentioned what you used to do in 2005 to now. What would you say the biggest difference is, like in your treatment room?
Well, luckily, I work for myself now, so I can dictate the protocol and I can do what I want to do. I felt like I was just kind of held to the regimens and to the protocols back then. It was like, this is this facial, this is that facial. That's why I don't have a menu. It's like you come in, if you're coming to us, you know that both myself and Jasmine are experts and we're going to do what your skin needs. It's not like we're following a recipe. It's like every facial is different and you're going to get what you need. So I would say that's the biggest game changer for me is like having the autonomy to do what I want in the treatment room versus following somebody's script.
I love that. Yeah. Well, everybody check out the LA Facialist and check out her new digs coming soon. And if you aren't in LA, do one of these virtual consultations. That sounds like the next best thing.
Every Friday, that's what I do. I sit on the phone with people literally all over the world, Switzerland, Australia. We ship internationally. So if you're not here in LA and you never plan to come, I can still help you with your skin. Okay.
Well, we look forward to the Breaking Beauty sticker being in the window one day.
Yes. I can't wait for that. You have to come in next time. Let's plan it in advance. Yes. I want to massage your faces.
Yeah, I need all the help. I need all the help. Thank you so much, Candace. This is great.
Thanks for having me back.